Hello, year 6. Hope all of you are doing so well. And in today's video, we're going to discuss the homework that you took before about the reflection, about the lines of symmetry, and these classes. So yesterday's homework, actually. So we're going to discuss it. I need you to get your classified book, question by question, focus, please. I'm going to answer them. I'm going to explain them. I'm not going to just only write the answers. But before doing this, I just need you to make sure that you watched the Lines of Symmetry video that I posted on Thursday, and I told you you must watch it and study it before doing the homework. So if you didn't watch that video, and if you didn't study it, then you're gonna face a lot of challenges. If you studied everything in the Lines of Symmetry homework and in the reflection video, then this homework is going to be a piece of cake to you. All right, let's start. So here the first question says, one of these shapes has only 4 lines of symmetry. Which shape? Only one of them has 4 lines of symmetry, which is the square. The only shape that has 4 lines of symmetry in this list is the square, which is A. All right, the next question here says, which of these lines of symmetry, tick every box that is next to a line of symmetry? This is a hexagon. And if you watched that video, you will remember now that the hexagon has only 2 lines of symmetry. One is vertical and one is horizontal. These are not lines of symmetry, they're diagonal. All right, and this is the first page. That was fast. The second page. They want you to draw all the lines of symmetry in this shape. Oh, Mr. We didn't take this shape, and I don't know how many lines of symmetry this shape has. Oh, come on. Doesn't it look like a square? It looks exactly like a square, right? Look, if I close it, so it has how many lines of symmetry? Exactly, a square has 4 lines of symmetry, as we mentioned before. So here, how can I draw the 4 lines of symmetry? Make sure that you draw them this way. It's going to be hard to draw them on the computer with straight lines because this is a picture. It's not the book. It's a picture of the books and it's not straight. So one is horizontal, of course, using a ruler, and one is vertical. Also here in the middle, exactly. In the middle, exactly. And 2 are diagonal. This one here, diagonal. And this one here, going through the center. You see, guys, the diagonal, they're going through the center of the horizontal and the vertical. So the diagonal should go through the center. Don't draw the diagonal this way, for example, and I find that you're going this way. No way. All right? So here it is. 4 lines of symmetry must be drawn this way. Of course, you don't have to draw these. These were just to show you that it is a square. You don't have to draw them. All right, the next question here says, shade 5 more squares. Shade 5 more squares. So this shape has 2 lines of symmetry. All right, I'm going to do this here first. And then I'm going to take it out there to make 5 copies of it. Let's now do this. They're saying shade 5 more squares so that this has 2 lines of symmetry. Where are the 2 lines of symmetry? Here they are. Look at this. I mean, this is a line of symmetry, and this is a line of symmetry. This is a mirror line. This is a mirror line. So the line of symmetry, guys, is kind of like a mirror line, okay? So here, if I say to you that this line of symmetry here, this square needs to be reflected through both lines of symmetry. So this here needs to be reflected through this line of symmetry, the vertical one, and needs to be reflected also through this, which is the horizontal one. So I'm going to do this. Here it is. This is 2 squares. Look at this shape here. It is until the mirror, it's 1, 2, then the mirror. So after the mirror, I want 1, 2, then shade. Look at this again. From the mirror, it is 1, 2, then shaded. Then the other side, it is 1 square, 2 squares, then shade. So this part here must be shaded. All right, mister, what about this square that is drawn there? They gave me the square. I need a reflection also over this one. Now, all right, but first let's finish this one here. We're still working with this. I reflected this square through this middle line, but I didn't reflect it through this middle line. So I'm gonna take it here. Look at this, it's 1 empty, then the middle line. So I want 1 empty, then shading. So I'm gonna take this one here. Now I am done with this square. All right, the other square that they give to us here, this one here, I need also to reflect it through this middle line and the other middle line, no problem. So here, look at this. The square is here that they gave to you, but there is 1 empty, then the middle line. So I want 1 empty, then shading. It's gonna be here. Okay, now, are we done? No, not yet. You see these 2 squares? I need to reflect them. So here it is. Let's go. One is here. It's 1 empty, then the middle line. So I want 1 empty, then shade. It's gonna be here. The same thing also here. This square must be reflected. 1 square, 2 squares, then middle line. So 1 square, 2 squares, then shade. Oh, look at this now. I'm gonna erase this line. And look at this, guys. Yes, these now have become 2 symmetrical lines, 2 lines of symmetry. They are reflected exactly the same. If I folded this part over this part, they're going to match up exactly. All right, let's move to the next question. Which of these shapes has only one line of symmetry? The trapezium is the only shape that has 1 line of symmetry in this list. They want you to write the letter here, so you're gonna write C. All right, we're done with this page, and let's continue. Next page, 382. Take the lines of symmetry on the shape below. All right, it's a rectangle, and we know it's a rectangle, and we know that the rectangle has only 2 lines of symmetry. One is vertical and one is horizontal, and no diagonal. That's it. All right. This person, Kaisher, I don't know actually what this name is drawing a symmetrical quadrilateral. Quadrilateral means it has 4 sides. Complete her drawing. Oh, look at this. It's only 1 line of symmetry. And they said here, this is the line of symmetry. It is only 1 line of symmetry. I see this is going to be a trapezoid. So here they took 2 dots. So I'm going to take 2 dots also here. Of course, guys, with your ruler, these 2 dots here. And then I'm going to connect this down there. And also complete this shape here. Of course, guys, through the dots to complete the shape to become a trapezoid. The next question. Oh, it's the same exactly like the other one. Use the middle lines to complete the pattern. The middle lines is just reflection, the same like the previous page exactly. I'm gonna just get here some copy and some squares. Yes, this is gonna work. All right, let's do this. This square needs to be reflected. I'm gonna start with this part here, this quarter. So this square needs to be reflected here. Here it is, because it's touching the middle line. This is 1 middle line, and I need the other middle line as well. How? Take this square. It's 1 square down, 2 squares, then the middle line. So I want 1 square, 2 squares, then shade. The same idea exactly like the previous question. All right, let's continue. Now I'm done with the square. All right, what's next? This is gonna take a little bit long, yes, because it's 2 marks actually. So we need to finish this in 2 minutes. So So here, this shape, this square, reflected through the vertical middle line, one square, then the middle line, so one square, then shade. Here, this square. Oh no, I'm not still not done with this one. Through the other middle line. So 1, 2, 3 squares. So 1, 2, 3 squares, then shade after it. See again, guys? There is one square down, 2 squares down, 3 squares, the middle line. So 1, 2, 3 squares, then shade after it. All right. What else is there? Now we're done with the square. We need to go to the square, this one here. Through this middle line, one empty, the middle line. So one empty, then shade. What about this one? All right, it's still here, the square, but the other middle line. It's one square, then the middle line. So one square, then shade. Oh, mister, it's already done. Yes, exactly. So I'm done with the square. So far, guys, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. What about the other shape? The other square, this one. Let's reflect it. One square empty, then middle line. So one square empty, then shade. But I'm gonna first make copies of this. Here it is. All right, what about the other middle line? So this square is here. I reflected it through this middle line. I need to reflect it down as well. So it is touching the middle line here. I'm gonna move down to touch the middle line from the other side. Okay, now I'm done with this shape. Let's continue. This square through this middle line, one square, 2 squares, middle line. So one square, 2 squares, shade. It's done, mister. Great. One square, 2 squares, middle line. So one square, 2 squares, shade. That's it. Now I'm also done with this square. All right, let's continue. Here, the last square on this quarter. One square, 2 squares, 3 squares, middle line. So one square, 2 squares, 3 squares, shade. It's done. All right, let's go down. It's also done. You're gonna find that it's also done. One square, 2 squares, 3 squares, middle line, 1, 2, 3, shade. It's also done. So this square is done already for me. And now I'm done with all this half. Look at this. All of this is done. And all of this is also done. But I need to do one more thing. What is it? I need to reflect. As I reflected this quarter, right and down, I need to reflect this quarter down. All right, let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna even erase here all the ticks. Let's take step by step. The first square here, it is reflected down, mister. Done. All right, good. And also this square, as you see, is also reflected. Done. All right, so I have 4 more squares to reflect. 4 more squares. This one touching the mirror, then this one will touch the mirror. This one, it's one square away from the mirror, so one square away from the mirror, but down. Done. And this one also done. I have 2 more squares left. All right, this square, 1, 2, 3, middle line, 1, 2, 3, then shade. The last one, this 1, 2, middle line, so 1, 2, shade. 2 squares away, empty, so 2 squares empty as well. Like this, we are done. I know that it took longer than it was supposed to, but if you understand this, you do not have to explain it, and it's gonna be faster, of course. All right, let's move to the next page. All right, it says here, which shape below is a reflection of this shape? Okay, if I imagine that this is a mirror line, then this one here needs to be very close, and this one here needs to go a little bit further, but diagonal with the first one that I drew. All right, that's here a mirror line, okay? But only for these two dots. Okay, but which one has this? All right, this doesn't have this. And even this one doesn't have these two. So it's either this, look, these two lines here, or this. One of them is correct. Which one? Let's continue. Here. This shape, this point, if I reflect it, it's gonna be almost here, like in the middle. Yeah, mister, that's here. In both of them still, I still don't know which one is the correct one. These three are the same exactly. All right, the final one is this. Can it be reflected here? So let's take this one here down. It's here, this point. If I reflect it, it is going to be here, right? Okay, which is not there. This is also wrong. Because this ball here, this black circle, is not reflected in D, but it is reflected in C. So now C is the correct one. C is the correct reflection. By the way, in this question, the mirror line is horizontal. In other questions, maybe the mirror line was going to be vertical. But now I noticed that it's going to be horizontal, just noticing it, guys. So now you're going to find that it is C that has a reflection of all the points. This point, all the points here are reflected except this one is not reflected here. So this shape is wrong. All right, let's continue. The answer here is C, as we agreed. Okay, here, let's keep going. This point, how to first name them, of course, we need to name them first. So here, I'm gonna name them here as 1 vertex, 2, vertex number 3, here is 4, and here is vertex number 5, and here is 6. All right, I'm gonna start with 5 and 6. Both of them are here. I'm gonna choose a different color, make it red. All right, 6 is touching the screen, still there. 5 is still touching the middle line here. So 6 is touching the middle line, 5 is touching the middle line, so they're going to be here. Good. Then what about 1? It's 1 square, so 1 square. What about, all right, now I need to connect them first. This is going to be a problem. Unfortunately, I can't use straight lines on the computer right now. Oh, that came out to be straight. And here it is. So now we connected 5, 6, and 1. You have to use a ruler, of course. Okay, now 4, 1 square, so 1 square is going to be here. And connected with 5. All right, then I have 3, 1, 2, so 1, 2. It must be here. Carefully check your answers, guys. You can always pause the video. Always you can pause. All right, so here is 3. Good. And 3 is connected to 4. Done. All right, what about 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is 0.2. It's going to be here. And 2 is connected to 3. So I'm going to connect it to 3. The last one is already done. We have done it. So you need to connect now 1 with 2. That's it. Might look now a little bit different, but if I actually erase this one here, it will not actually look that much different. they will look exactly the same. Now they are exactly the same. Look at this. Of course, with straight lines, it's going to be much clearer if the lines were straight. All right, the next page is 384. How many lines of symmetry does an oval have? They have 2 lines of symmetry. All right, what about this, B? Name another 2D shape with the same number of lines of symmetry. It is rectangle. So you should write here, rectangle has 2 lines of symmetry, okay? The rhombus also has 2 lines of symmetry. So you can write either rectangle or rhombus. All right, what else is there? Shade one more square on the grid so that the shaded shape has 1 line of symmetry. Okay, I'm gonna shade this one. So you need to shade this one here. It is the only square that if you shade is gonna allow you to draw only 1 line of symmetry. So the line of symmetry, if you draw this one here, the line of symmetry is gonna be here. They didn't ask you to draw the line of symmetry, so I don't need it. So I need just here. There are 4 down, so I'll make also 4 up as if I'm gonna draw a square, but it's incomplete. So the line of symmetry is gonna be diagonal this way. So I don't need to draw the line of symmetry, just shading only this square here to make this a symmetrical shape. Next page. All right, translate. Oh, this is translation. That was in homework, that was classwork, and we have done it already in class. 386, the same thing, we did it in class. 87, we did it in class. 88, we did it in class. Now 89 was homework. Okay, let's do this. They said here, reflect shape G in the middle line labeled X. Okay, where is X? Which middle line? They gave you 2 middle lines. Look at this. They gave you this one, and they gave you this one. But which one do they want you to use? X, which is this mirror. This middle line. So I'm gonna ignore the other one here. You have to ignore this one. You have to. Because they said labeled X. So here is the middle line, X. All right, let's continue. Okay, I want to reflect this. 1.1 square, so I need 1 square down. It's gonna be here. 1 square, so I need 1 square down. It's gonna be here. I'm gonna erase the line, the red line that I drew. Two squares onto the middle line, so 2 squares here. Don't forget to connect. All right, here you go. Oh, if I connect, also again, guys, please, with a ruler. I cannot use a ruler right now. So here it is. Connect them. It's not gonna look right because I'm not using a ruler, but at least I'm showing you what you're supposed to do. So here, the next point, the next vertex, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 is gonna be here. Then you connect it with this one, and you connect it with this one. They want you to label it G, so don't forget to label it G, and it's capital G. That's it. All right, the next question. They want you to reflect this. Question B. In the middle line labeled Y. Oh, look at this. So they want Y. So they want you to ignore X as if it's not there. All right, so let's do it through the middle line Y. All right, this point is already touching the screen, the middle line. So it's here. Of course, name them first, guys. Don't forget to name them, please. All right, so here, the first mirror, the first vertex, done. I'm gonna put it here on the middle line, touching it. The second, 1, 2, so 1, 2, here. The third, 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3. Let's connect before we get confused again. I keep forgetting that I can't use straight lines. So here it is. All right, now I've done these 3 vertices, so I will need to make this one and this one, and that's it. So 1, 2, so 1, 2 is going to be here. And 1, 2, 1, 2 is going to be here. And the last vertex, 1. But let's first connect this. Where is it going to be? It's going to go this way. It's connected to this. All right. Then I have 1 up being connected here. Using a ruler is going to help a lot. I have 1 vertex reflected, done. 2 vertices, reflect them, done. 3 after reflection, done. Here, 4 after reflection, 2, done. 5 vertices, so 1, 2, so 1, 2, done. Here it is. All right, so now done with the shape. All right, the next one over here, question number 2. Nanala, I'm sorry guys, just 1 second. All right, here it says, Nanala draws an arrow. Here are 4 more arrows, okay? 4 more arrows. Which one of them is a reflection? Which one of these arrows is a reflection of Nanala's arrow? Okay, so here as you see, if I reflect this, let's imagine that there is a line of symmetry here. This is still going to be here, right? And this is still going to be here. After you connect them, look, they're very close to the middle line. So I'm going to make them also close to the middle line. And here is the second, but let's take the top. Where is the top going to be? So here's 1, 2, 3 parts. And here's 4. Sorry, here's 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. If I reflect 1, do you think it's gonna, where is it going to be? Is it gonna be so close to the middle line? No way, it's gonna be farther. So it might be like down here, right? It might be down here. Okay, good. So what's next? So definitely this is not going to be correct. This is not going to be correct. Okay, guys? So what's next? So it's one of them. If I reflect this, so if I draw this now here, I don't need to be accurate. I don't need it to be accurate, and they don't want you to be accurate. If I draw this here, the reflection is going to be what? Oh, the reflection must go this way. Because look at this. This point will reflect is going to be here, and this point will reflect is going to be here. It's going to take this direction, and the arrow, the tip of the arrow is going to be down there. So it's which one, C or B? It is B. It's never, the reflection is never going to take this the other way here, like this one. It's never going to go there. No way, no way, no way, no way. So it's only this one that is up is going to go down this way, the reflection, and what's left is going to remain the same direction here, also left. unless this was reflected through the vertical mirror line. So what this was going to still up, look, I don't need to be accurate now. And then it was going to go left, right, this way. That's if the mirror line was vertical. If the mirror line was vertical, which is not here. I don't have this option. So this can be a reflection, but I don't have this direction at all. So it's not, this mirror line is not the one they want me to use. They want me to use this mirror line. This is the only option that I have. The tip of the arrow here will go down, and this left part will stay left. So it's B. Page 386. Translation, we've done this. We've done this in class. And also page 387, we've done it in class. 388, we've done it in class. How come? What's all of this? Repeated. 389. Here is 389. We have also done it. Yes, we've just done it now. Is this a mistake or what? Did I just take a picture of them more than once, or they're just repeated also in your book, guys? All right, we've just done it also. 390. Here it is. 390. All right, diagonal. Diagonal is moving diagonally. This one here, oh, why did I move to the last question? Well, I'm just still thinking about those pages that are repeated, actually. All right, here, question number 3. Here it is. So here is the middle line. They drew it for you. Here is the middle line. So they want you to reflect. At this point, I'm going to first name them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very quickly, let's do that. 1 to the middle, so 1 up. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. And call it 1. 2 is going to be here. And call it 2. 5 is going to be here. And call it 5. Of course, once you're done with 1 and 2, connect them first. 6 is going to be here. Then call it 6. You can also do the reflection, and then, but if you're naming them, it's going to be